In the headlines, C.O.Williams workers off the job, and the BWU says it wants better conditions for construction workers across the island. New study finds patterns of drug use among young offenders. The Chief Education Officer says it's time to rethink how math is taught in schools. And in sports, the Windies lose a close match to New Zealand to even up their T20 series.
The headline news is brought to you by National Transformation Initiative, shaping the Starbajan.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tisha Hines with the details to the news. Workers from across C.O.Williams Construction Limited sites downed tools around 7 this morning. And according to the Barbados Workers Union, they'll remain off the job for now. The BWU has also served notice that it intends to push for a better deal for construction workers all across the island. Our Rachel Agard has more on that story.
The work stoppage at C.O.Williams Construction followed a breakdown in salary and wage negotiations. Deputy General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Dwayne Paul, says workers are dissatisfied with what the company has put on the table. He says the union is now escalating the dispute to the office of the Chief Labour Officer.
We are waiting further comment from the Office of the Chief Labour Officer. We are hopeful that we can have word in terms of how soon the parties were requested to meet, and to that end we followed up with that office, and until such time as we are able to have a position on the way forward, read the discussion on wages and salaries for the workers, either at the domestic level or at the level of the Chief Labour Officer. Unfortunately, the services of the workers will be unavailable to the company.
Efforts to get a response from C.O.Williams management were unsuccessful up to news time. However, Mr. Paul says the fact that there have been several work stoppages in the construction industry in recent times points to a wider problem in the sector. He insists something must be done to improve the pay and working conditions of construction workers across Barbados. The BWU official says the union plans to meet with a cross-section of workers to discuss the issues affecting them and to develop broader proposals.
We can't continue to have a situation where the benefits of the sector are distributed in such a way that one group of people can change their lifestyle so significantly that they move from one class spectrum to super class spectrum, whilst those that are doing the brunt of the work are still struggling day to day to meet basic needs in a country where things continue to increase for whatever reason, but those basic requirements of workers continue to increase, and the benefits generated are still in the hands of a very few.
Mr. Paul maintains that the current situation is untenable and says the necessary solutions must be implemented without delay.
Whether it is through discussions, whether it is through referral to minimum wage or minimum standard board, whatever tools need to be brought to bear to assist needs to be put at the disposal of the workforce to be able to right what is clearly wrongs that have been committed against the workers.
Mr. Paul says that as early as next week, the union will issue a call for construction workers to meet with them to chart a way forward. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Well, thank you, Rachel. And a new report from the Criminal Justice Research and Planning Unit has revealed patterns of drug use and family instability among young people long before they enter the criminal justice system. The findings were released this morning during a workshop at the Courtyard by Marriott. Our Deandra Roberts was there, and she files this report.
30%. The study examined 47 young offenders currently on remand for violent crimes, 46 men and 1 woman. It found that a large percent reported daily use of substances, with some beginning as early as age 9. Senior Research Analyst with the unit, Kurt Goodridge, delivered the findings.
When it came to substance use, 89% of the inmates admitted to using marijuana, 64% admitted to use alcohol, 17% admitted to using Molly, 9% admitted to using cocaine, and 4% admitted to using ecstasy. All inmates use some form of drug or alcohol at some point in time, and some inmates will have used multiple substances at the same time.
He says marijuana was the drug most frequently used by the inmates.
When we looked at the secondary school completion, 83% of the cohort did not graduate from secondary school. When we looked at the schools that the cohort would have attended, 68% of the inmates attended 6 particular secondary schools. 15% attended St. George Secondary School, 13% attended Parkinson Memorial School, 13% attended Graydon City, 9% attended Frederick Smith, 9% attended the Princess Margaret, and 9% attended St. Leonard's Boys. When we looked at the age at which inmate left school, 88% of the inmates left school between the ages of 13 and 18 years old. The average age of non-completion among this cohort was 15 years old.
Mr. Goodridge reported on how early the offenders had their first experience with alcohol and illegal drugs.
62% indicated that their father was present in their lives. And when we say that, now we have to remember that 91% of the cohort, the main breadwinner of their house was their female. So when these 62% indicated that their father was present in their life, it simply meant that they would have interacted with him maybe once a week or twice a month or very sporadically. He was not there more than 5 times a week, but he was present or they knew of his existence. 30% indicated that their father was not present at all, and 2% indicated that their father was deceased.
The researcher says the study also found that in many cases there was no significant male presence in the home. Researchers say addressing early marijuana use, family instability, and education gaps may be the key to saving a generation from a cycle of incarceration. Deanza Roberts for CBC News.
And a local councillor is again calling for urgent reform in how schools discipline students, warning that suspension without proper support is pushing many young people toward a life of crime. Supreme Counseling's Chief Executive Officer Sean Clark spoke to CBC News following the release of the Criminal Justice Research Planning Unit report. He says he's saddened but not surprised by the findings.
Over the past 7 years in this country, I have been speaking about suspending young people without intervention, just sending young people home unsupervised to get involved in all kinds of activities with all kinds of negative people. And coming out of the research this morning is that suspending children is one of the contributing factors based on the young men that they interviewed in prison that led to a life of crime, that led these young men to be where they are today.
He's urging authorities to partner with community organizations to create alternative programs that address the root causes of misbehavior.
We need to realize now we have the evidence and we have to work together. It cannot be another talk shop. The statistics presented this morning cannot just go and sit on somebody's desk or sit in somebody's desk drawer. We now need to come together and put measures in place to save our young people. I think government and the NGO community need to come together. I've said this time and time again, and put meaningful interventions, programs in place.
Mr. Clark further says while suspension has its place, it must be paired with proper intervention. And a second man has been remanded to prison for the October 6th murder of Akil Hines. 29-year-old Mikhail Rashid Bradshaw of Workman St. George appeared in the District A Criminal Court this morning. In addition to being accused of murder, he's been charged with the use of a firearm on the same date. He will reappear in court on November 24th. The first person to be charged with Hines' murder was 22-year-old Hassan Alessandro Hazel Grant of Jasmine Avenue, Bayville, St. Michael. Hines was gunned down outside his home in Bayville. Coming up, the Chief Education Officer explains why she believes some students are struggling with mathematics. With growing concern about a decline in student performance in mathematics over the last decade, Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw says the approach to teaching the subject must change. Addressing a mathematics workshop for teachers this morning, she says many students struggle with math simply because of how it's taught.
Math is very practical, and it is time that within our schools we approach it in that way. When students are constantly late for school, we can teach them, I'm talking about primary level now, teach them about time. You understand? Time. What time did you get here this morning? 9 o'clock, ma'am. 9 o'clock, sir. 9:15, ma'am. 9:15, sir. What time did you wake up? Well, I think 7 o'clock. So how long did it take you to get ready? Let me calculate that. Right? But we have to be able to make it practical and fun for them.
34 teachers, including from secondary schools and the Ernestson Teachers Training College, are taking part in the mathematics workshop, which is being facilitated by the Commonwealth of Learning. The training will help the Ministry of Educational Transformation fulfill its promise of ensuring students leave school both literate and numerate.
And the beauty of this is that, as Dr. George said, it is not a one-shot workshop, but you will have this preliminary workshop, and then you will have your communities of practice where you will share best practices, share information, talk about resources, etc. And then after that, you will have the Moodle classrooms where you will do some further sharing and further learning. So we're not giving you this and let's just tell you go back to school and implement.
The Lions Club of Barbados South is marking its 50th anniversary with a donation of $3,000 to the Barbados Cancer Society. The funds will be used to offer free health screening for men. Health Chairman of the Lions Club of Barbados South, Greg Chapman, is hopeful that men over 45 will take advantage of the free health services.
We've come to the Cancer Society to give back to the community by offering 50 free tests for men, prostate tests, blood tests for men. We're hoping that we can have men over the age of 45 attend to have this to take advantage of this initiative by the Lions Club of Barbados South. We are so grateful to Miss Karen Catwell for basically coming and facilitating this particular donation. And today we would like to hand over the check for the testing of the 50 men.
What a wonderful initiative. Well, Harrison's Cave Eco Adventure Park has officially launched its Tastes and Tales culinary experience tour. As part of the launch, media professionals got an opportunity to create, cook, and enjoy every bite as they explored the rich tastes and traditions that define the island's culture. Our Anesta Henry immersed herself in the experience, and she files this report.
No longer are tourists coming to Barbados just for sun, sea, and sand. They are really looking to celebrate the heart and soul of the island's culture, including its cuisine. Harrison's Cave Eco Adventure Park's Taste and Tales Tour, a culinary experience, may be just what they are looking for. Strategic Sales and Marketing Manager Chukka Barbados, Asha Jones, says the company is fully aware that today's travelers are looking for a more hands-on experience.
So the tour is a culinary experience. What we did is because travelers today are looking for a more hands-on experience. They're looking for, to taste, to feel, to immerse themselves into the culture of a destination that they're traveling to. So when you come and you try our Taste and Tales experience, culinary experience tour, you're cooking. So you actually start with a rum tasting. So you do 3 flights of Mount Gay rum, and then you roll nicely into a culinary cooking experience tour.
This experiential tour has been well received since its launch in July.
Definitely over the last couple of weeks, momentum has built significantly, and we are getting a fantastic response from not only from visitors but from Barbadians also.
Media practitioners from across the island were given an opportunity to embark on this culinary journey through Bajan heritage. Under the guidance of Chef Donna, they cooked green bananas and flying fish and prepared rum sauce to accompany warm bread pudding. The tour concluded with a traditional cocktail named Corn and Oil.
We're always accustomed to either going out and, doing something maybe adventurous, but this is your opportunity to come, get hands-on, immerse yourself in our culture. How many Barbadians do you think actually know how to do flying fish, traditional flying fish, flying fish gravy with green banana, or make a rum sauce? I personally did not know how to make rum sauce before this tour experience.
Taste and Tales was started in Jamaica under the Chukka brand. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
The Business Report, brought to you with the compliments of Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
The Barbados Tourism Delegation in London this week for the 2025 World Travel Market, showcasing the island's culture, partnerships, and new investments. At a welcome reception, Minister of Tourism and International Transport Ian Gooding-Edgell said the island continues to see strong growth from the UK market, with over 160,000 visitors so far this year. He outlined major investments in new hotels, cruise facilities, and community-based programs aimed at deepening local benefits.
Over the next 3 years, Barbados is set to open the following properties: the 28-room Blue Monkey Hotel and Beach Club, due to open later this year, as well as a 132-room Hotel Indigo in Barbados on the South Coast, also due to open this year. The all-inclusive adult-only Royalton Venessence Barbados with 220 rooms. For next year, Luxury Hotel Pendry with 74 rooms, the 380 rooms and condo experience at Hyatt Ziva, the family-focused Beaches Resort with 600 rooms, the 100-room Afrexim Bank Hotel. I'm thrilled to inform you that several hotel projects have undergone significant refurbishment. These include the hotels formerly part of the Elegant Hotels Group, now Marriott Hotels, which has invested US $150 million in the refurbishment of their properties on island. Set to reopen during the first quarter of next year is the Crystal Cove Hotel, while Taman and Turtle Beach Resorts are scheduled to open in the second quarter of next year.
Fund Access is cautioning Barbadians to be on alert for fraudulent Facebook and Instagram pages that are attempting to extort money from unsuspecting individuals. In a recent statement, the agency revealed that scammers are targeting persons through fake social media profiles, falsely claiming to represent Fund Access. The fraudulent accounts are soliciting individuals to apply for personal loans, requesting personal and banking information, and demanding payments to facilitate loan approval. Fund Access has reminded the public to remain vigilant. It stressed that it does not offer personal loans, request payment for loan approval, or solicit or collect sensitive information through social media channels. Adbury is back with our second half of sports.
Yes, Tisha, and for the first time in 27 years, Barbados' senior women national netball team has failed to qualify for the Commonwealth Games. Earlier today, organizers announced the teams which will take part in the games set for next summer in Glasgow, Scotland. Only the top 12 nations will feature, and the Bajan Gems are ranked 13th among the Commonwealth countries and 19th in the world. Failure to reach the games is a result of not playing the required number of games between World Cups to maintain ranking. Today, Barbados has played in every Commonwealth game since 1998, when netball was added as a sport. Now, as I mentioned in my first half, there'll be new champions of the Prime Minister's Cup, as last year's winners, Udi Blackbirds, were booted out last night thanks to a single goal from Notre Dame. And of course, favourites Weymouth Wales kept their unbeaten run intact through a commanding performance over LNR United. We now have those highlights.
Tonight's highlights from the Prime Minister's Cup are coming to you with the compliments of Powerade, Pause is Power, and Dasani. lit first, the Sunny after.
Let's kick off with the tournament favorites who every game remind us why they're just that. And with 12 minutes on the clock, the party began. Andre Avwick cuts it back into the left pocket, and Weymouth Wales have LNR United on the back foot. Applewood was back at it again in the 39 from the 18-yard box. It's curled beautifully in. Wales up 2-0. And they were now getting warmed up, as with this corner kick, another reward will come. It comes in to find the boot of Shaquille short, and it just rolls in for Wales' third, with the first half ending 3-0 in their favour. Now into the 52nd minute of play and aiming at the goal upfield. Now Applewood was the man to take this free kick, and with the keeper not holding on to it, Armando Lashley seized the opportunity and would get his name on the score sheet. Goal number 5 came just 4 minutes later. Elijah Downey finds Akil Applewood, and that was a done deal. Wales making a mess of LNR. How about adding a 6 off the head of Rommel Bino? Every player getting their time in the spotlight. And one more for good measure. Applewood on the break and sends the cross in for Romario Small to finish things up. Wales are quarters bound with a 7-0 thrashing of LNR United. And let's turn to the tournament upset. UW Blackbirds and Notre Dame. Blackbirds in a fight to defend their title, but Dame's going all out to stop them in their tracks. And this is where that success came. The hard tackle meant a free kick to Dames. And the man to take it was Carl Joseph, 30 yards out, and that left foot shot would change the entire competition. We will have a new champion. Dames winning 1-0 over Blackbirds, who are soaring their way out of the Prime Minister's Cup. The Barbados Football Association has named a 22-member national senior men's squad to compete in the inaugural 2025-26 CONCACAF Friendly Series. The Tridents will play 2 international friendlies during the November window. The first match will see them take on Bonaire on Wednesday, November 12th, while the second match will be on Saturday, the 15th, as Team Barbados is pitted against Aruba. Both matches will be held at the Saviv Richards Stadium in Antigua. Head coach Ken Hall says he'll be using primarily locally based players.
These matches in Antigua are a great opportunity to give some newer players a chance to get critical match experience, to get their feet wet, and to see what this level of senior international football is like. We've been working hard on various playing concepts and fine-tuning our team dynamics, so this will give us the chance to test some new things while we continue to build on our long-term development program in preparation for League B of the CONCACAF Nations League next year.
Now, Barbados will play in Group C of the CONCACAF Friendly Series, which includes Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, Bonaire and Aruba. The series will continue in the March 2026 international window, when Barbados is slated to play another 2 matches against Antigua and Guyana. Well, Barbadian windsurfer Brian Talma is back home after a successful beach culture world tour, which was in collaboration with the Aloha Classic in Maui. Talma finished 13th in the event, which was also served as a promotion of Barbados and windsurfing. He's also had beach culture world tour Kids World Championships at the harbor in Maui, which was won by Rocco Swift. Talma says it was an execution of the Global Organic Tourism Master Plan, and he was pleased with the turnout.
The objective is to get the top pros to come down and to get inspired, because the vision behind this concept is every pro, every rider goes to their location and creates something similar to what Robbie Swift is doing and Maria is doing here in Hawaii, but they go to their destination. Because our goal is, I believe, windsurfing is the core to all action water sport and the most difficult. So once you learn this, the rest is easy. But yes, I'm glad that everybody came out. A lot of the pros from the Aloha Classic. You have all the different personalities down, so today was an amazing day. My goal is to represent windsurfing, not any particular brand, so it's Hart, Goya, Nash, Ezzy, doesn't matter. Just like we all have different brands as sponsors, we come to promote windsurfing, and that's why it shows we're one big family. All these fellas are sponsored by some other brand, and now we're coming to enjoy this culture. This is our story, the windsurf story. This is our culture, and I believe this culture is very special, so we're telling the windsurf story.
The Prime Minister's Cup Goal of the Week, brought to you by Power Aid, Pauses Power, and by Dasani, Live first, the sunny after.
We've reached the round of 16 in the Prime Minister's Cup, where the matches have been thrilling and entertaining. This match, featuring Deacons and Pride of Gall Hill, gave fans 5 goals to shout about. But this one was the best of them all. Shaquan Hayes delivered the winner for Deacons, and it was a goal worthy of winning any game.
But Deacons would not be having it. Their mission needed to be accomplished, and the man to put it to rest was Shaquan Hayes, beating 3 defenders before slotting home. Deacons win 3-2 over Gall Hill. Their ticket to the quarters is secured.
And we end tonight on this good news story for cancer patients at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. They're getting added comfort thanks to a donation from Cancer Support Services. The organization has presented new bed sheets and airflow mattresses to Ward C12, which it has supported for several years. We get more from Deandra Roberts.
Executive Director of the Cancer Support Services, John Linton, says the supplies were uniquely designed for the patients, offering them hope. She says this is a venture they will continue to be a part of.
This ward is a ward we have adopted many years ago, and through our mandate and with Corporate Barbados, we have donated several things to make our patients comfortable. And we have embarked on having green, say phone green instead of white, to identify Ward C12 in a different light. And we've also marked them with butterflies and the name of the organization and C12. And as everyone knows, butterflies signify hope.
Ward C12 has become known for its comforting atmosphere and the personalized care, thanks to the continued partnership between the hospital and the charity. Lisa Dodson, nursing officer, Ward C12, says the Cancer Support Services has always been there, and that this support is what patients and the hospital needs.
It would have been started when they saw that there was a need to make cancer patients as comfortable as possible. We know having the diagnosis on its own is a challenge, but there's no reason why they cannot be comfortable. So hence, Cancer Support Services came on board. They'll be able to allow us to identify what the needs are, and the needs can vary. Today we have sheets, we have airflows, but sometimes there's a need for a wheelchair, there's a need for commode, there's a need for support for the persons when they go home. So that has been developed over time.
Meantime, Andrea Scott, Assistant Director for Nursing Services, lauded the work of the organization, noting that this brings comfort and compassion to patients on their cancer journey.
It is all about the patient experience, and we want our patients to be as comfortable as possible. And it gives us great joy to hear the families come back, to say thank you on behalf of their relatives. So we think about quality and that experience. And in donating these sheets and these pressure relieving devices, that is a great assistance. And most of our patients, the ones that are critically ill, as alluded to earlier, they are prone to pressure ulcers. And pressure ulcer, that is one of our key performance indicators here. We try to have them eliminated as much as possible. And with the airflow mattresses, that is a great help in reducing those incidences.
The donation is part of ongoing efforts to improve the patient experience at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Well, thanks for that wonderful news, Anesta. And that's news. Thank you for viewing, and do enjoy the rest of your night.